All right, clap it up. Shalom, Israel. We're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commanding General Yohana. This is Isupk Austin Tuesday Brotherhood class. All right. Brotherhood and sisterhood is a weapon. That's something that's important for us to understand. We have to understand that brotherhood and sisterhood is a weapon. It's actually a great weapon and a great tool that if we was to use, we can really separate from our oppressor, separate from this kingdom, from their thoughts, from their philosophies, from their ways, from what they tell you or what they deem is important. You got to understand, we have something that is very important, and that's this holy Bible. This Bible, this is this is sacred to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and we shouldn't want to give it out to everybody. We should have brotherhood and sisterhood towards each other instead of giving all our brotherhood and all our sisterhood to everyone else, to all these other nations. Okay, what we need to do is we need to separate from these other nations. I know you think coming together. I know you want to be equal. Everybody looking for equality. Well, the Most High in the Bible is not looking for equality. Okay, that's something that's very important to understand. The Bible's not looking for any equality. Okay, it's looking for to be separate. That's what we should be. We should be separate. Okay. All right. Today we're going to get into a few articles. All right. I guess first I'll pull. Yeah, first I'll pull this one. Let me. All right. Let me get to it. Share my screen. All right. All right. This is the first article. How Elon Musk is boosting far right politics across the globe. All right. Billionaire tech executive Elon Musk have encouraged right-wing political movements, policies, and administrations in at least 18 countries in a global push to slash immigration and curtail regulations of business, according to an NBC News review of his political activity over the past 2 years. While Elon Musk has received widespread attention for his upheaval he is causing in the U.S. government, as well Slovakia, as well as for his growing role in Germany, where he recently told voters to move beyond Nazi guilt. The tech tycoon is making his influence felt in a long and growing list of countries. All right, so what he's doing is he is tying himself to all these different countries. All right. And as he's doing this, he is targeting the far right. All right. I guess he feels like the far right would be, more closer to him and how he moves. But he's going through these countries and he's establishing himself. Okay. But it's all for a reason. I'm going to continue reading. Musk has posted online in support of right wing street demonstrations in Brazil and Ireland. He has welcomed a new conservative prime minister in New Zealand and expressed agreement with his national right-wing politician in Netherlands. He met in person several times with right-wing leaders of Argentina and Italy. His social media app X has complied with censorship requests from right-wing leaders in India and Turkey. Musk can play an important role as a broker, said Manuela. And Manuela Ciani, an associate professor in political science in the School of Normal Superior, University of Florence, Italy. All right. So Elon Musk's global influence. Musk has supported right-wing and far-right candidate parties around the world. This is giving a little map of everywhere he's just tapping into. Okay, here are some of the countries. All right, Argentina. Musk has been a strong supporter of Argentine President Javier Milei, making his first post praising the right wing leader in September 2023. He has since met with Milei multiple times and has made several posts in support of the leader. All right, Brazil. Former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro has been vocal in his support of Musk on his X page and even presented Musk with an honorary medal in June 2022. Musk has posted in his support of the right wing street demonstrations in Brazil. Canada. Musk has made posts on X criticizing Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and of the Liberal Party since 2022. Since March 2024, Musk has made several posts on X in support of Pierre Poilievre, who is a candidate for Prime Minister and his Conservative Party. El Salvador. Musk hosted Salvadorian President Nayib Bukele at the Tesla factory in September 2024 and has made several X posts in support of the leader. Germany. Musk first expressed support for the far-right AfD party in September 2023. He has interviewed AfD leader Alice Whittle and spoken at an AfD campaign event. Hungary, right? Musk has met with Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban in December alongside President Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Prior to meeting to Orban, Musk has made posts in support of the leader and previously has met with former Hungarian President Katalin Novak in September 2023. India. Musk has met with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi multiple times since 2015 and has posted on X in support of the right-wing leader. X also complied with the censorship request from Modi's government in 2023 related to a BBC documentary. All right. Ireland. Musk may express support for right-wing groups that protested against mass immigration. Musk also criticized the country's former prime minister, Leo Varadkar, saying he hates the Irish people. All right, Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu posted on X in support of Musk after he faced criticism for gesturing during the speech in Washington that many people resembled a Nazi salute, writing that Musk is a great friend of Israel. Musk also visited Israel following the October 7th attacks in 2023. Italy. In June 2023, Musk met with the Italian Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, in artificial intelligence and has been a supporter of hers since. Netherlands. Musk has agreed with Dutch politicians Geert Wilder's views on immigration policies in an exchange on X. New Zealand. Musk congratulated the new leader of New Zealand's Conservative National Party, Christopher Luxon, on becoming prime minister with a post on X. Romania. Musk and the right-wing politician, Georgina Todorescu, have both recently made X posts in support of each other. In recent interviews, Teodorescu expressed support for Musk's role in campaign efforts for Germany's AfD party. South Africa. Musk used to be friendly with the president of his home country, but in recent years, Musk has vocally spoke out against South Africa's president, Cyril Ramaphosa, all right, accusing him of enacting racist ownership laws, and ignoring groups openly pushing for genocide of white people in South Africa. Good night. The complaints are pet issues of the opposition of South Africa's governing party. All right, let's see. So, all right, all right. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Er- Erdogan and Musk have met multiple occasions, including 2017 and 2023. On the eve of Turkish elections in 2023, Musk Twittered censored some content in the country, leading to the criticism of Musk for some U.S. lawmakers. United Kingdom. Musk has been expressing his support for right-wing Reform UK Party and its leader Nigel uh, Farage via a post on X in December 2024 until he eventually posted that Farage doesn't have what it takes to lead the party in January. United States. Musk was a major backer of now President Donald Trump, and it's leading his DOGE initiative meant to reduce federal spending and bureaucracy. Venezuela. In July 2024, Musk made several posts in support of opposition leader Maria Corina Machado on his X page. All right. We'll continue reading. Caino studies international far-right movements said Musk is helping to grow those movements by trading ideas, making personal connections, and building shared ideology framework. And the people listen because of his wealth, even though he lacks conventional legitimacy as an elected office, she said. It's very dangerous that non-political actors now speak with a sort of political legitimacy, she said. He is changing the paradigm of politics. And see, that's exactly what he's doing. He's coming in there and he is being respected because of his money. He's not being respected because he has the actual knowledge of these jobs or of any office. He's just coming in with his thoughts, his feelings, and his money, right? And that's what they're saying. It can be scary that, this non-political actor speaks now and has some legitimacy to what they're saying. But what he's doing is he's going around and he is hitching his wagon to all these different countries, so he can have a say in all these different countries. That's going to give this man a lot of power in this world, a lot of power to continue to do all the things that come to his mind. All right, continue reading. One common thread of Musk's advocacy is his to embrace nationalism or nativism, regardless of which country he's talking about, but especially European countries. Musk has boosted various flavors of American nationalism, German nationalism, British nationalism, Italian nationalism, and Dutch nationalism. All right, he's expressing all these nationalisms, but he's not a part of any of these nations. But he's trying to hitch himself because with his wealth, he'll get all the respect, he'll get all the love, and then what he'll have political power in these places because what he's saying will be legitimate, right? In other words, nationalism everywhere all at once. Musk is succeeding in branding himself as a kind of global spokesperson for the far right, said Rodrigo Campos, and the postdoctoral researcher in politics in the University of York in the UK, in an email. You see, Musk is out here trying to make himself the global spokesman for all the far rights across all the countries in every nation. This is his goal. Okay. All right. This is an irony to this because the far right leaders usually want to protect the nation from outside influence, whereas Musk is a billionaire who built his wealth on transitional corporate capital. In other words, he is a product of neoliberal globalization, composé. The extent of Musk's right-wing or right-leaning support varies by country, including endorsements on X and specific political parties, statements in support of specific causes, and joint appearances virtually or in person with politicians. Thus far, he has not drawn on his own personal fortune as the world's wealthiest person to help politicians in other countries, the way he helped Donald Trump in the US last year with more than 290 million, or at least. He hasn't done so publicly. You see, for this far right movement, for all of this, right? He gave up 290 million, okay, to help a criminal get elected in office to govern you. When why the hell should Trump be governing anybody? He shouldn't be governing nothing. Okay? Right-wing politicians and political movements benefit from Musk's support because of his worldwide celebrity as the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, because of his enormous megaphone on X, where he has 217 million followers. And since Trump's inauguration as president last month, Musk can also offer foreign leaders another potential line of communication with the White House. Musk has joined Trump for multiple meetings with national leaders, including Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky and Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban. So he's using his star power, right? And with this star power, he is using it. And as he's leaning on these people, they're basically thinking, "Oh, this is another way that we can get a hold of Trump. This is just another line to the president of the United States of America." Okay, and this is what he's using and what he's portraying, to these other nations, so he can have some sort of power, some sort of political say there. All right. Musk has kept up his meetings with world leaders of the head of the White House Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, including an appearance Thursday with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where the two mix politics and business. The two men also sat for photos in the style of two equal heads of state. So now he's being protruded out here, basically like the like a secretary of state. He's out here meeting with leaders, right? They discussing politics and business. They're sitting in photos as he's equal to them. He has all this say. He has all this power. All right? Because what he's really trying to do with all these 18 countries is bring his metaverse to fruition. To have everything in the virtual world. They say they want to try to take your conscience and store it in some system so they can put you in something later. You think that's going to be you? You think that's what the Most High wants? It's not. All right. While Trump's White House has let Musk police his own conflicts of interest, some Democrats have called Musk's actions unethical. Musk is effectively operating as a Secretary of State, and he has meetings with key foreign leaders not to ask for concessions that would benefit Americans, but for concessions that would make him rich, Senator Chris Murphy, Decon, said on X. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. This isn't for the benefit of America. He doesn't give a damn about America. Why would he care? He's trying to get all these countries to make these concessions for him, to benefit him, to further extend his empire. It's not for anything else. Musk's own nationality is complicated. He was born and raised in South Africa, and he has held Canadian citizenship and became a U.S. citizen in 2002. Now, Musk's private diplomacy is meeting increased oppositions from leaders in some countries who accuse him of improperly meddling in their domestic policies. French President Emmanuel Macron last month accused Musk of promoting new international reactionary movement. But even Macron may be understating the sweeping breadth of Musk's international influence. This type of freelancing we seeing from Musk is unprecedented, said Stephen Feldstein, a senior fellow at Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, a centric think tank founded in 1910. Feldstein said that there are common threads in politicians and parties must support. They're rooted in nativism and support of deregulation. He has excessively thrown his support behind not just right wing politicians, but very extreme parties, he added. Feldstein noted Musk's vocal support for anti immigration alternative in Germany, a party so far outside the German mainstream that other political parties have so far resisted joining in the coalitions. This party has downplayed Nazi atrocities and has used a slogan previously employed by Adolf Hitler, brown shirt SA preliminaries, right? And that's what he's doing. That's why Musk is throwing up the Hell Hitler, right? He supports the people there that the Germans don't even support, right? And he's downplay and they downplay the Nazi atrocities, just like Elon Musk. Okay. Musk's effort with DOG/government spending has drawn notice worldwide. In Argentina, the Vice President Javier Milei thought have inspired Musk and vice versa. Musk and Milei have met on multiple occasions. DOG-style policies may find favor in other countries. And Rita Amberson, a professor of public and international affairs in the University of Ottawa in Canada, in an email. Abrahamson said that the right radical politicians share particular hostility in what they consider managerialism, and their view in modern society ruled by the new class liberal managerial elites whose power is expanding and spreading and whose interests are in furthering their own power and benefits, she said. Musk, like other CEOs of major corporations, has a long history of international hopscotching as he tries to grow his business, sales, and supply chains. As far back as 2015, he hosted India's Modi at the Tesla factory and talked about battery technology. And last year, he held a meeting with foreign leaders about the business subjects, including SpaceX and Starlink. Let me see how much more is on here. All right, not too much. Damn, what's the wrong with that? Salakia, bear with me 1 second. That is a lot. All right, for time's sake, we're going to drop this. I don't think we got enough on that. All right, let me get to some scriptures. Got to separate from these bastards. Okay. All right. We're going to get Deuteronomy 28 and 33. All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed away. That's what we are under the foot of these other nations. You got Elon Musk running around here playing national hopscotch with all these countries, using his wealth and his power, while all you are is crushed up, just crushed away and oppressed, having to go to your slavery every day to make enough money to not be able to pay all your bills. And they out here living luxurious. They out here running nations, and they out here crushing and oppressing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, making sure that we stay at the bottom, making sure that we do not rise, giving us their policies, giving us their hatred, giving us their Christianity, giving us their regulations. That's why we got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, and get away from their ideologies, from the way they think, from the way they live. Verse 24. Let me see if that's what I. No, let me drop down to 43. Salakia. Verse 43. The stranger that is within shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we have came down very low. We are very low, and that's why we give all our love to them, because we feel like we don't have no power. We feel like we don't have no might. We believe that God looks like them. So since we believe all of these things, we tend to bend over for them, right? And as we're bending over, they keep coming up very high, and we keep coming very low. All right, we coming down very low, and they are up high. They're up so high that Elon Musk can trot around to these countries. They're up so high that a criminal, Donald Trump, can get put in office. They're so high that they can unalive you and nothing happened to them. And Trump wants to take it away and make it to where, to where there ain't no repercussions for them unaliving you, for the police unaliving you, when they're supposed to be there to protect and serve. But they're not going to protect, and they're damn sure not going to serve you. All right. Verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. They own all the banks. They got all the money. They're doing all the lending, giving you all the loans, giving you car loans and student loans and house loans, right? And personal loans. So as they're doing that, they're lending to us, but we're not being able to lend to them. All right. And then they're the head, and we are the tail. They are the head. They are leading. They are in rulership, and we are at the bottom. Okay. We're at the bottom because we were brought down low because we wanted to serve these other nations. We want to serve Baal instead of serving the Most High. Okay. Let me get 48. Verse 48. Therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he has destroyed thee. So we served our enemies, right? In slavery, in hunger, and nakedness, and thirst, right? And there was that iron yoke around our neck. That happened to us, right? They put that iron yoke around our neck, and it destroyed us. It destroyed us so much that they took that iron yoke off, and they put a spiritual yoke on. And you still serve your enemies in hunger, nakedness, and in thirst. Because where do you go to get your food and your clothes and your water? Where do you go to get anything? You go to all these other nations. You go to your enemy, right? And that's why that iron yoke is now a spiritual yoke, because you're destroyed. Once you're destroyed and you're tamed, we don't have to keep you in the same chain, right? Let me drop to 50. And so I'll read 49. The Lord shall bring against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. You see, there was a nation that came from far. They came from real far to get us, to get the children of God, and make them their slaves, right? It says, as swift as the eagle flieth. What is the bird here in America? What is the national bird of America? It's the eagle. This is a prophecy about your oppressor in the Bible, and you don't even know it because you believe God loves everybody, right? And it said, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. We didn't know what the hell they was talking. All right, verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. They don't care if it's your baby or your grandma. They don't have any love for you. They don't have any care for you. Okay? And we want to put all our trust. We put all our trust and our love into them, into a people who hate us. But the Bible says you can't trust your enemy. All right? Get Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 12, verse 10. All right? Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. The Bible tells you should never trust your enemy. Your enemy is so wicked that he will destroy everything. So you can't trust him. Right? He made all these treaties with the native Indians, and he broke every single one of them. He broke every single one of them. And you want to trust and put your love and your care all into these nations, all into your oppressor, all into people who have absolutely no care for you. It says his wickedness is like his iron rusted. You ever see that, like a piece of metal, and then it gets a little dot of rust? That rust, it eventually it will compromise the whole piece of metal. That's what your oppressor did. He compromised our whole nation, our whole belief, our whole will, our whole fight, the whole earth. He just goes until he compromises everything, because like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Verse 11, though he humble himself and grow crouching, yet take good heed, beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know his rust has not been altogether wiped away. See, you're going to come humble. They come humble with smooth words and sweet. They come like they're your friend. And then they do you like the Pequot Indians and burn the women and children alive. And the men who run out, they club and shoot them. And the next day they call it a day of Thanksgiving, and you celebrate it every single year. That's where Thanksgiving came from. But he came very humble and crouching himself and saying, we want to have dinner with you for your green corn festival. We want to come together. And then after you eat and get fed and full, and you go to sleep with your family, then they come striking in the night. That's why that glass, that glass that got that fog on it, and then you wipe it and you can see clearly. That's how we are here in the truth. That's how we are here in the Israelite School of UPK. We wipe that glass and then we look and we can see, oh, that oppressor's rest has not been wiped away. Oh, it's still there. He's still a dirty, filthy bastard. That's something we should remember. Verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he has overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Salakia. We're not supposed to set them by us. We're not supposed to have no dealings with them, set them by us, because they'll seek to take your seat. They will overthrow you. They will rise up against you. Verse 13, who will pity a charmer who is bitten by a serpent, or any such as come nigh a wild beast? Like, you out there, all right, so them East Indians, right? They're playing their little flute, and they're charming that cobra to come up and do the dance. If that cobra bites them, you're gonna say, you ain't gonna have no pity. You're gonna say, man, he shouldn't have been messing with no damn cobras. Right? You out there hunting lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. One of them wild beasts snatch you up. You'll say, hey, you shouldn't have been out there with them. Okay? You shouldn't even have been out there with them. All right, let me stop sharing that screen. Let me get another article. I want to get to this Kanye one, but let me get this one first. All right, black church in D.C. that was vandalized by the Proud Boys gained controls over group's trademark. All right, so these Proud Boys, this is Trump's hellions, okay? Go around causing all kind of problems. They're basically like a KKK, except they have all nations in there. They're racist towards blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But they got blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that are supporters of them, that are a part of their group. All right? So let's get it. A judge awarded a historic black church in Washington control over the Proud Boys trademark, and far-right group defaulted on a $2.8 million judgment. The Monday ruling in D.C. Superior Court grants the rights of the trademark of the group's name to the Metropolitan African Methodist Episcopal Church and bars the Proud Boy members from selling any merchandise with the name or symbols without the church's consent. The ruling also allows the church to try to seize any money made from the selling of group's merchandise. The church filed for a lawsuit and tried to recoup damages from vandalisms made by the group's member after December 2020 pro-Donald Trump rally. Black Lives Matter banners were torn down and burned at two churches, including Metropolitan African Methodist. There were also violent clashes between opposing protesters arrested, and arrests were made that night. All right, see, this is heavy right here, because the Proud Boys, they have all these demographics in their group, right? But they target black churches. If you got black people in your organization and Hispanics in your organization, why burn the why tear down Black Lives Matter banners? Why burn the churches? Why burn these black churches? You see, the actions are exactly of the KKK. But there's blacks and Hispanics in there. They got blacks and Hispanics leaders. So let's look right here. Enrique Terrio, then the leader of the Proud Boys, confessed to participating in the burnings and was later sentenced to more than 5 months in jail on those and other charges. Terrio was later sentenced to 22 years in federal prison for orchestrating the January 6, 2021 riot. This is a Hispanic, right, who is so far west and such a Trump supporter that he organizes this, get 22 years in prison to support people who hate him. You see, that's the problem with us. We'll support and we'll crash out and give our lives to the people who hate us. All right. On his first day in office, President Donald Trump granted pardons, communications, and vowed to dismiss cases of the 1,500 plus people charged with the crime in the January 6th attack on the Capitol, including Terrio. In this lengthy statement posted on X, Terrio wrote, "The presiding judge has denied due process to myself and other defendants, preventing us from presenting a proper defense." Terrio also suggests in separate posts that the Proud Boys rename themselves the African Methodist Episcopal Boys. You see how wicked they is? They burnt this church down. And now, since the church owns the rights to their names, they're just going to start calling themselves by the church's name, right? It said it asked for a suggestion on a new name. Cases record show that the lawsuit was served to Terrio at the federal prison where he was housed when it was filed, as well as uh, to at least one another's address associated with him and other members. The church lawsuit called for actions on December 12, 2020, acts of terror, and they said they were meant to intimidate church members. A default judgment was awarded to the church in June 2023 after no payments were made and no responses were filed by the Proud Boys or their representatives. Lawyers for the church filed motion in the seeking rights in December, seeking rights to the trademark. An attorney representing the church in the civil action did not respond to a request for comment. Naheeb Hassan, Terrio's attorney, declined to comment. Holy, it just makes no sense how we want to always join ourselves with oppressors, join ourselves with people that hate. This Hispanic rose up to be the leader of the Proud Boys, and Trump's been talking about deporting Hispanics, been disrespecting his culture, his people this whole time, and you still want to pledge your loyalty to him? That makes absolutely no sense, right? Let's get another article. Let's share my screen. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get this. Where is it at? Oh yeah, this is it right here. All right. Trump's immigration raids snagged U.S. citizens, included Native Americans, raising radical profiling fears. Slocky, bear with me for a second.
Shalom Yahweh, Shem Yahshua.
Shalom, Albert Sabakatur. All right, let me get this article real quick. Where I'm at. Damn it. Oh, right here. All right, Trump's immigration raid snagged U.S. citizens, including Native Americans, raising radical profiling fears. All right. American citizens, including citizens of tribal nations, have been pulled into a vast immigration operation ordered by President Donald Trump in accordance with his campaign vow to conduct mass deportation since day one. All right. Those who are getting caught in immigration and customs enforcement raids are being targeted because of their race or skin color, according to witnesses. The Navajo Nation office was flooded with calls from tribal members living off reservation, with many reported being questioned about their identity by ICE officers. Native News Online reported. Questions of the Navajo Nation citizens who are American citizens by ICE has been problematic enough that the Navajo president, Boone Nerdgren, took to the airwaves to address it. On tribal radio stations KTNN, Nygren said he received accounts of negative citizens traumatizing encounter between ICE and Navajo nations. That might not want to be added to the stage. Got on one car, sir. I'll just finish this article out. All right. He advised Navajo Nation residents to carry identification cards, driver's license, and their certificate of Indian blood. You see, this is how wicked this bastard Donald Trump is that he doesn't give a damn if you're supposed to be here or not. He's an immigrant. His dad came over here, his people came over here illegal, right? And rose up, okay? But he's over here, and these people have to carry their identification cards, their driver's license, or their certificate of Indian blood, right? From a country that was stolen from them. This is what they have. This is what our brothers and sisters have to go through now. All right. NBC News reached out to ICE regarding the detaining of questioning of Navajo Nation citizens and complaints of racial profiling, and has not yet received a response. All right. One of the employees detained and questioned by ICE at a seafood wholesale during the immigration raid in Newark, New Jersey, was a U.S. citizen and military veteran. This is how ill it's getting. This is how sad it is. This person is a citizen and a veteran of the military. So was born here and fought for this country, and still getting treated like a piece of garbage because your oppressor does not give a damn. Okay? New York Mayor Ras Baraka denounced the ICE raid, saying the military veteran suffered the indignity of having the legitimacy of his military documentation questioned. So having your paperwork isn't going to work. They're going to question it and make it seem like your paperwork isn't even real. All right. Regarding the raid, ICE stated that they may encounter U.S. citizens while conducting field work and may request identification to establish the individual's identity. The seafood wholesaler, Louis Hotana, told WPIX in New York that his warehouse manager, who was also detained, was a Puerto Rican. Puerto Rico is in U.S. territory, and its residents are U.S. citizens. It looked to me like they were specifically going after certain kinds of people. Not every kind, because they didn't ask me for documentation for my American workers, Portuguese workers, or white workers. Hoatan told the station. More deportations worries over increased profiling. ICE has stepped up arrest and deportation since Trump took office. While he has said he will prioritize violent criminals in this border case, SAR, Tom Homan also said this week that the arrest of undocumented immigrants without criminal convictions, which the administration calls collateral arrests, would occur. On Sunday, almost half of the people arrested, 48% of them had nonviolent offenses on their record, or were people who have not committed any offense. Being in the U.S. without legal status is a civil violation. Entering the country without inspection between ports or of entry or based on false statements, which is considered illegal entry, is a misdemeanor. Re-entering or attempting to re-enter is a felony. The criteria for who is arrested and deported will soon be expanded. However, a bill awaiting Trump's signature, the Lake and Riley Act, will allow the arrest and the detention of people who are not legally in the country and have been charged. They do not have to be convicted with burglary, theft, larceny, shoplifting, crimes that lead to death or serious bodily injury. All right, so now, the people over here, they necessarily don't have to commit a crime. Trump's just trying to get them just out of there. And who the hell is going to do the jobs that they doing? For damn sure ain't going to be the Edomites, right? Put you back on. Okay. All right. When you don't have to enforce priorities, everyone is subjected to detention, said Rosanna Eugenio, a legal director at New York Immigration Coalition. It also creates a situation that leads to increasing profiling. How do you tell that someone does not have legal status in the country, or is it a process of in the process of seeking legal status? You can't tell by looking at someone, but it will create conditions where there'll be profiling of communities, immigrant communities, and communities of color. So they're going to be coming in our communities, questioning everybody, and as it's showing you, for you to be detained and all that, you could be a citizen. You could be a born citizen. You could have fought for your country, and it's still going to be an issue, and you're still going to have a problem, right? The administration is not relying only on ICE officers to make arrests. The president ordered personnel and service agencies to assist in arresting and detaining immigrants. And some states and cities are also assisting or have said that they're willing to assist. Some arrests have been made in cities where officials support the arrest, but the administration also has been targeting cities whose officials have said their law enforcement would not assist Trump. On Tuesday morning, several law enforcement agencies made arrests in New York. The arrests were showcased on social media posts by Homeland Security Kristi Noem and the Drug Enforcement Agency. The mass deportation efforts may soon run into funding realities. Homan said the Congress will have to pony up more money to pay for Trump's mass deportation pledge than Senator Lindsey Graham's RSC, who has said we don't have the resources. As Trump's immigration crackdown spread to more cities and towns around the country, immigration advocates are trying to make sure immigrants know what to do if they were caught in the crackdown. Our best defense at this moment is people knowing their rights. Stay calm, don't lie, remain silent, don't consent to a search, said Murad Al-Wade, president and CEO of New York Immigration Coalition. Do not open a door without a judicial warrant, well as making sure that it's signed by a judge. All right, that's all nice to say. But if you're not opening the door, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to kick the damn door down. You think you just got all these choices and options and No, the law. They're already going to go against the law to get you. So they don't give a damn about all that. You don't open that door, they're going to kick it down. You can remain silent. You can do all that, but you are dealing with the devil. You are dealing with a wicked beast. So you going to need the Lord on your side. All right. During the campaign, Trump
Slugging,
frequently
sir.
alluded. Go ahead.
You need me to read?
Yeah, but you can see this. I have to
Uh,
send. I would have
I
to
can see
send
it.
this. Yeah, I would have to send this to you, but it's almost done. I'm just gonna finish it out because it's almost
All
done.
right, that's what.
All right. As Trump's immigration crackdown spread to more cities, towns in the country, immigration advocates were trying to make sure immigrants know what to do if they are caught in the crackdown. All right, I already read that. All right. During the campaign, Trump frequently alluded to mass deportations carried out by Dwight D. Eisenhower in the 1950s under the label Operation Wetback. Racist terms used against mostly Mexican immigrants. You see, every time Trump goes back to something or turns back to history or wants to make America great, it's all about something racist. It's always about something evil. That's why he frequently alluded to mass deportations carried out by Dwight D. Eisenhower in the 1950s under the label Operation Wetback. That's what he's thinking of when he's thinking of deporting. He's thinking of Operation Wetback. Okay? Yo, oppressor, Donald Trump is the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right? U.S. citizens of Mexican descent were also expelled from the country during that operation. Trump said his mass deportation would be larger than Eisenhower's. So it's letting you know that U.S. citizens that were Mexican back then, right, they were expelled from the country, even though they were citizens, even though they're from here. And Trump's talking about his is going to be bigger than Eisenhower's. His is going to be greater than Eisenhower's. Your oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. The GAO said at the time that ICE had conflicting policies on questioning U.S. citizens that did not track encounters with U.S. citizens as well. The GOA has found that ICE issued detainers asking local jurisdiction to hold suspects, undocumented immigrants who have been arrested in other crimes, for at least 895 potential U.S. citizens during that period, eventually canceled about 74% of the detainers. All right. That's just crazy. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a citizen. They're out here trying to snatch you up. You forget your ID one day, right? You forget your ID one day, and that's what's going to happen. Okay. Let me get a couple scriptures. Tamakia, you could give me let me get I'll take Colossians 2:8.
Come on, sir.
Um, yeah, you can go ahead and read it when you got it. I'll throw it on the screen.
It's the letter of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
You see, we want to be the Proud Boys. We want to be the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys had a Hispanic leader, and Trump is kicking out Hispanics that are legal. We got to stop being. Read that again. Read it again, Tamakia. You on mute, Tamakia. Go ahead.
Verse 9.
No, read 8 again.
Okay. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the
Mm-hmm.
tradition of men,
Yeah.
after the remnants of the world, and not after Christ.
You see, that's what it's about. It's about the rudiments of the world. It's about going back to what Eisenhower said. It's about Operation Wetback. It's about I'm going to have a bigger mass deportation. And you got all these Hispanics and blacks voting for him, casting your vote for him after the rudiments of the world, and not casting your vote for your king, Christ. Christ is who you should have cast your vote for, not Donald Trump. Not the one that hates you. You want to be a proud boy because you want to be equal. You want to be looked at as a part of America. You wanted to rush the Capitol so you could be a part of American history, so you could be one of them when you can never be one of them. They hate you. And we gotta stop being spoiled through these vain philosophies, right? These philosophies and these vain deceits, all this nothingness, all right? And we giving our love, and we want to be so close to them. We want to be a part of them. We want to join hand in hand. Let me get Exodus 33 and 16. We want to be so close to them and be one with them. When the Bible doesn't want you to be. God doesn't want you to be. He doesn't want you to be anything with them. You can go ahead and read it.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 33, verse 16. For wherein shall it be known here that I and thy people have found grace in thy sight?
Yep.
Is it not in that thou goest with us? So shall we be separated, and I thy people from all the people that are upon the face of the earth.
That's what we need to do. We need to separate I and thy people from every people on the face of this earth. Because every people on the face of this earth hates so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Continue reading.
Verse 17. And the Lord said unto Moses, I will do this thing also that thou hast spoken, for thou hast found grace in my sight, and I know thee by name.
You see, that's what we need to do. We need to know the Lord and know that we need to separate. We need to do like Moses and them and separate away from our enemy, away from this beast. Okay, let me get 2 Maccabees 4 and 14. Yeah, we don't need to be standing hand in hand and joining with our oppressor at all. You can go ahead and read it.
You said 18?
4 and 14.
Oh, 4 and 14.
Yeah, I got it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Come on, one car.
All right, here you go. All right, this is 2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
That the priest had no courage to serve any more at the altar, but despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, hasted to be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise after the game of discuss.
You see, Slaki, go ahead.
Called them forth.
You see, this is our problem. This is the problem with our nation right here. We don't have any courage to be priests anymore. We don't have the courage to go out there and stand and call the white man the devil to his face. We don't have the courage to lift up his skirt and show people his crimes. We don't have that courage anymore because we've been beat down and we've been battered so long. So what do? We just go for that unlawful allowance in that place of exercise. We just go and be the best ball dribbler, right? Be the best football runner, catcher, and passer. Be the longest baseball hitter. We just go and play the sports to entertain them because we don't have no courage to stand up and fight and play for the Lord's team. We have to get our courage back, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. That's what we need. We need an influx of courage, especially in these times. Because these times right now that you're seeing, these times are very hard. These times are going to be very hard to get through when you're legal and you fought for this country, and they still want to kick you out because they don't believe your documentation. Okay? You can continue reading. Salakia, sir, you hear me?
What happened, sir?
Like my bad.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Verse 15. Not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
That's what we do. That's what you do. You're not setting the honors of your fathers when you're going out and you're voting for Donald Trump, somebody who as soon as he'll take your vote, get in office, and then kick you out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't give a damn about you. And you want to pledge your allegiance to him instead of to Christ. You need to be pledging your allegiance to the Most High, to your King. But see, we like the glory of the Grecians best of all. We want to be like them. We want to be the best in their sports. We want to be Christian like them. We want to wear a suit and tie like them. We want to shave our beard and our head like them. We want to do what they say and what they deem is pleasant, what they deem is right, instead of standing by the honors of our fathers. Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe we should look at our forefathers in the Bible and see that nothing ever has came good by joining hand in hand with these other nations. It is only for our destruction. We can't be looking at the Grecians. You can't be looking at your oppressor and glory in what they glorify best of all. You hate our feast days, but you love Christmas. You love New Year's. You love Thanksgiving. You love Valentine's Day, even though you had to take that hoe out. Who 3 weeks ago, y'all just had a fight because you found the messages in her phone and all the disgusting things she did, with your rival across town. Okay?
It's like, if I may.
Go ahead.
What's so crazy too is that the imposters are so busy being just like us, you know what I mean, and taking our heritage and our culture that, you know, we let the imposters kind of try to do it better than us. You know what I mean? We so busy worrying about being like them that we forgot how to be like us. You know, and on top of that, every high holy day is covered up by a pagan holiday. And it's something that we have to realize and, you know, change in our hearts. But the only way to be transformed is to come under command of Hana, so we know our laws, statutes, and our commandments, sir.
That's right. Yep. That's right. Come up here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. And with that, let me get Revelations 2 and 9.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
I know thy works and I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not. Which say they are Jews and are not.
You see, them small hats in our land, they say they're the Jews, but they are not. They are not the children of God. Okay? Let me get Revelations 3 and 9.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 3.
Save that. Let me just, hold on, save that. Then let me let me bring this up real quick. Hold on. We definitely got to get, I just have to get some of it. Let me make sure that, let me share this. All right. Yeah, Tamaki, you can read that if you can.
Let me wait for it to load on my TV for 2 seconds. I'll read it for you, sir. Ye makes offensive comments against Jewish community, says he has dominion over his wife in the charade on X.
Yeah, how is that offensive to the Jewish community that he has dominion over his wife? I mean, ain't that what the Bible says? Good night. Go ahead and read.
It doesn't. Oh, no sweat.
Yeah, the rapper, yeah.
Rapper Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, appeared to write a barrage of post Friday morning on X, making
Mhm.
offensive comments about the Jewish community and saying he has dominion over his wife. A few of posts were made on the 47-year-old artist's account. Many of them derogatory. How you say that?
Derogatory.
Derogatory and self-boasting, starting around 4 a.m., 7 a.m. ET. NBC News attempted to reach out to Yee's representatives for comment on the post. Many of Ye's posts centered on the Jewish community, and the most served of which said, "I love Hitler and I am a Nazi."
Kanye out there trolling him. He said the most severe one is "I love Hitler," and I am a Nazi. You can continue.
In an early post, he wrote, "I'm never apologizing for my Jewish comments. I can say whatever the F I want to say forever. Where's my effing apology?" I mean, it's like it.
Yep, that's it.
For freezing my accounts.
Continue. Yeah, he
He
wants to know. He ain't gonna apologize. He wants to know why ain't they apologize for messing with my money, for freezing all my accounts up. Go ahead.
right. He followed that with saying, "Jewish people, don't run me no more." In one post, he wrote, "Some of my best friends are Jewish, and I don't trust them any. I mean, it's like it, and I don't trust any of them."
That's the smartest thing Kanye ever said. He said some of my best friends are Jewish, and I don't trust any of them because the Bible says to never trust thine enemy.
Right.
Okay, you can't trust them. Trust some wicked beast. Trust some damn devil. Nah, he said some of my best friends are Jewish, and I don't trust any of them. Continue reading.
And I don't trust any of them. Followed by a laughing, crying emoji. In another, he posted, "I'm buying 2 Maybachs tomorrow," adding, "I'm gonna make
Right.
the Jewish person who's selling it to me read all these tweets. And I bet you see a slug it. And I bet you see me whipping Maybachs." So
He said, he said before he make this money off this car, he gonna watch these damn tweets.
right.
He said, and I bet you'll see me whipping these Maybachs. Continue.
I'm a racist slug it. I'm racist stereotypes sick exist for a reason. And they all be true. He wrote in another post, "I don't even know why the F anti-Semitic means. It's just some bull Jewish people made up to protect their bull," the rapper said in a separate post.
You see, he said, I don't even know what the F that is. Yeah. When the real anti-Semitism is against the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We're the one who's who's really being oppressed. We're the ones really being downtrodden. We're the ones really being stepped on. We're the ones really being out here turned around and made backwards from our culture. So what the hell? I believe they're running the diamond district. I believe they're running the earth. What the hell are they talking about? Anti-Semitic. Like he said, it's just some bull for them to say. Continue reading. Oh, let me.
Right? In another post, he wrote, "All white people are racist, and
Oh,
Jewish
what? Hold
people,
on, read that. Wait, hold on. No. What did he say?
all white people are racist,
Uh huh.
and Jewish people, exactly."
Actually,
Oh, actually hate white people and use black people.
I mean, I mean, ISUPK been saying this forever. This is nothing new. All white people are racist. Jewish people hate every damn body, and they use blacks. Why you think the rap industry they're so flooded in there, right? Why you think that? It's because they're using them. They use us to make a profit. They use us to have a damn culture. They use us to even be called a Jew. They stole our heritage. Okay? Continue reading.
Another said, I love when Jewish people come to me and say they can't work with me anymore. It's my fave.
He said, it's my fave. Hey, yeah. He said he loves when they say they can't work with him. The Lord's going to love when you say you can't work with them. The Lord's
Right.
going to love when you say you can't be like them. You don't want to be like them. Continue reading.
Yee has had his ex, previously known as Twitter, account suspended at least twice in the past. His account was suspended in December 2022 after he made an anti-Semitic comment and praised Hitler. Musk and the owner of X said at the time, Yee's account will be suspended after he posts an image that appeared to show a swastika.
No, a swastika.
Oh, a swastika inside the Star of David. Musk said the suspension was for incitement to violence. The account was suspended by July 2023.
But Musk is up there throwing up the Hell Hitler sign. So what does it matter if gays posting this? You see the double standard? You see how they can do anything and it's not a crime. But you can do nothing and it is a crime. All right. Good night. Go ahead.
Man, the hypocrisy, right?
For real.
All right. In October 2022, Yee's account was restricted over anti-Semitic comments, but he returned to the platform the following month. In that case, he also made anti-Semitic remarks that led to Adidas cutting ties with the rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Yee's Friday morning monstrum of posts also touched on other topics, including his wife, Elon Musk, and Sean Diddy Combs.
Yep.
He spoke on the look of his wife, Bianca Censori, at the Grammys, the see-through dress, writing, I had dominion over my wife. This ain't no wait. This ain't no woke as feminist is.
Yeah. Continue reading.
Oh, you gotta scroll down. Oh my bad, I gotta wait.
Yeah.
I gotta wait for it to load on my screen on TV.
All
right. She's a billionaire.
She's
Why?
with
Oh, right. Oh, she's with a billionaire. So like, why would she listen to any of you dumb A? Broke B.
Damn.
People say the red carpet look was her decision. Yes, I don't make her do nothing. She doesn't want to. But she definitely would have been able to do it without my approval. You stupid A. Woke pawns. I have no respect or empathy for anyone living cause no one living can F with me. But I do love some people and give them favor. In another post on politics, he said, then Vice President Kamala Harris was just being used for what they call the black vote.
Damn.
One post seemed
No. We gonna drop that there. We gonna drop that there because I just wanted to touch on a little bit of that because they over here, trying trying to act like they're us, right? Trying to steal our heritage. And when they get called out, then it's a problem. Okay, now it's a problem. All right, let me get Revelations 3 and 9. Hey, sir, you want to say anything?
Yeah, Con, I was just gonna say, yeah. I mean, you pretty much touched on it already. I think the market touched on it.
Yeah.
Like where was
One
the
second.
outrage when Elon Musk, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
was throwing up the Hitler sign? Like where was that outrage at? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's so hypocritical of them, you know what I'm saying, to say anything to Kanye when, you know, Elon Musk is in the White House. You understand? It's the highest office in America.
Right.
Like, Kanye West will say something, he'll say anything. We know that about Kanye, but you won't say anything about Elon Musk? And that's good. There's so many levels of that. It's like, they have respecter of persons. They respect the rich man.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk is a wait. They say he's one of the richest men in the world.
Yeah,
They
kind
don't
of
say
one
anything
kind.
to him, right? And Kanye West is a rich man, right? Kanye West is a billionaire, but the problem is he's a black billionaire. He's a black man, right? And he's a Jew, and he knows he's a Jew, and he's not afraid to say it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Wow, man.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense because they're so outraged over Kanye, but over none of their people.
Right.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna get one more scripture, probably Revelations 3 and 9. I don't know what happened to the Machia. He dropped out.
You dropped out. Revelation 3:9. I got you on them.
All right, come on.
3:9. All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, come on one kind.
All right. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are the Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
You see, that's what's going to happen. All this time that we thought they were the people of God, all this time that they were over there talking about anti-Semitism and they are oppressing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in all these industries, there's going to come a time to where they're going to have to come and bow down at the feet of the real children of Israel. And that is the day that we are waiting for. That's the day that we can't wait for. The day that their whole empire falls. All right. So we gotta stop. We gotta stop following our pressure. We gotta stop wanting to be one of them. Okay. Hey, Tamaki, you got security announcements or anything?
Sir, I can get them right here.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, with that, unless y'all got something y'all want to say, with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Officer Tamakia. Give him a hand.
Give me 2 seconds.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I can talk about Trump and Elon Musk and all them for 2 more seconds. No problem.
Let me know because I got them right now.
Oh no, go ahead. You good?
All right. This ISUPK security announcement started out of ISUPK. It's like it. We at ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When the new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They'll be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, Ma'ashra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department of teacher. Priest fund, Free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. This will be the Feast of Purim, the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. This falls on Thursday, March 13th, Friday, March 14th, 2025. You can find this in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verses 20 through 31. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. This includes the Isupk security announcers. Pass the class back to Officer 500 Small One.
All right, with that, we're going to the module. Give a courtesy salute to the brothers. All right, men of Israel, Magid Shabbat, Magid, Barak,
Yahweh,
Barakatah. All right, Yahweh, we're going to turn face the sisters rise. Men of Israel, Magid Shabbat, Magid, Barak, Yahweh, Yahweh, dismissed.